These are some of the most disturbing and unsettling parts of Minecraft in the form of an iceberg. We'll start with some of the more bizarre and controversial topics before diving deeper into the truly nightmarish and illegal side of the platform. I made this iceberg myself and I honestly wish I hadn't. But let's start at the tip of the iceberg. The Dark Ages of Minecraft refer to a period of time from 2016 to 2019 when Minecraft was at an all-time low. The game's popularity was on a steep decline and the player count was dropping rapidly. Most people blame this on the fact that there weren't many significant updates to the game during this time, and this would go on to continue all the way until early 2019 when YouTuber PewDiePie began a Minecraft series which instantly went viral, skyrocketing the game's popularity to an all-time high. PewDiePie is even still credited with helping Minecraft's resurgence to this day. The Minecraft cults refer to the many cults which could be found in Minecraft. And unlike real-life cults, which are based on extreme religious practices and dark rituals, most of these Minecraft cults aren't taken very seriously, and were mainly just started as jokes. However, there have been instances in which real-life cults would use Minecraft as a way of promoting their beliefs to others. One example is the Twin Flames Universe cult, which invested over $500,000 in developing a mod for a server they own. This mod, which is called Nightmarish, was crafted to target the young player base of the game and directly incorporated specific practices and teachings of the cult leader. The leader, Jeff Devine, even went as far as including himself in the mod, featuring himself as the hero of the game. Minecraft's first video refers to the fact that the first ever Minecraft video uploaded to the internet is now considered lost media. The video titled Minecraft Castle was posted on May 17, 2009, the same day as Minecraft's release. The video stayed up on YouTube until late 2011 when the video's creator Evilville deleted it from his channel, causing it to go missing. Despite countless attempts at trying to recover it, the video still remains lost to this day. Now, this story has actually caused a lot of confusion due to many players mistakenly believing that the second ever Minecraft video, titled just Minecraft, which is still up on YouTube, is actually the very first. But this misconception is just due to the fact that it's the earliest Minecraft video that's still available online. Minecraft Castle would even go on to be featured in the Guinness World Records as the first Minecraft video. So it's pretty sad to see such a historical piece of Minecraft lost to time. 72 Daka refers to a weird Minecraft anomaly in which there were 72 Minecraft accounts with the name Daka. Now, if you didn't know, Minecraft actually has it where you can't have duplicate player names. Every name's supposed to be unique. There are many theories on how or even why this happened, but the most popular theory is that DACA stands for Developer Account Quality Assurance, meaning that these accounts were owned by Minecraft and just used for testing. However, that doesn't explain the tons of other duplicate usernames such as Chevy, Increase, or Wavy. And this mystery would continue on for over 3 years until 2021 when all these duplicate accounts were quietly deleted. Dream Glow Squid refers to the massively popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream rigging the results of the 2020 mob vote. In 2020, Mojang held their annual mob vote to decide which mob would be added to the game later that year. The candidates consisted of the Iceologer, the Glow Squid, and the Moo Bloom. Hundreds of thousands of players voted for the Moo Bloom, hoping it would be the winner, and it was actually projected to win. That was until Dream made a single tweet: Glow Squid. This one tweet would go on to influence the mob vote's results, as many of Dream's fans followed his choice. In the end, the Glow Squid eventually won, leading to tons of outraged players mad at Dream. And soon after this, Mojang would go on to announce that they would be canceling all future mob votes, angering even more players. All in all, it was a pretty chaotic event. P2W, also known as Pay to Win, refers to Minecraft servers which encourage their player base to spend real-life money in order to gain special perks or advantages over players who don't spend money. Pay to Win servers are widely disliked mostly due to the fact that they encourage young kids to participate in gambling-like activities that create unfair playing fields in which the player who spends the most money wins. Most of these Pay to Win servers are actually against the rules of Mojang, however many never face any repercussions. Worst Client refers to one of the most infamous hacked clients in Minecraft. Players using this client have access to cheats such as flying, X-ray speed, and kill aura, which basically just allows you to kill any player within your vicinity very easily. And despite all those features, Worst Client is surprisingly considered a pretty light hack client. One of the more powerful hacked clients, Future Client, has a feature called Book Ban, which when used allows you to crash any server or be able to ban any player from a server by sending oversized NBT data too fast within the game. Lost versions refers to the huge list of Minecraft versions which are currently considered lost to time. Many of these versions are either small updates or snapshots, which were never properly archived. What's cool about this is that there are actually small communities which dedicate themselves to trying to find and restore these lost versions of the game. One of the most notable instances of this occurred with Minecraft Alpha version 1.1.1. This update added the fishing rod, new paintings, and even the ability to sneak. However, due to the fact that this update was only available for 3 hours, the version would soon go missing. That was until a full 10 years later when one Twitter user, after hearing the story, realized that they had actually had the exact version still saved onto their old computer, successfully finding this missing version. The story was so impressive that it even made it onto a few news sites. 2b2t refers to a Minecraft version with absolutely no rules. Players are allowed to hack, grief, and do whatever their heart desires. The server was first created in 2010, and the server still has a very active player count, with many players today still joining to wreak havoc and mess around with their new hack clients. 2b2t is still infamous for a massive variety of stories, one example being when a group known as Nerds Incorporated secretly gained admin level access to 2b2t using a real exploit in the Minecraft server software. They used this hack to steal coordinates, track every player, and even spawn illegal items. One thing led to another, and eventually they began leaking players' private data, hacking into other Minecraft servers and Discord accounts, breaking US computer crime laws. Things even got so bad that the FBI was reportedly notified of the situation. 2char refers to a mob that was added in the alpha version of the game. This mob could not be accessed through normal gameplay or commands, and it's thought that 2char was created to help test and develop other mobs in the game. But what makes this so controversial is due to the many creepypastas and theories based around this mob. Many players believe that there's a deeper, more sinister story behind 2char. The story goes that you need to summon him into your game, and once you do, he will follow you around in Grief Your World, haunting you, similar to other stories such as Herobrine. Now, although 2char was actually once a real feature in the game, these stories are not true, just being stories players have made up for fun. Simpson Skin Pack refers to a Minecraft skin pack released on the console edition of the game in early 2015. The skin pack added 24 characters from the popular Simpsons TV series. Characters such as Homer, Bart, Lisa, Maggie, and Marge. These skins would be available for purchase until late 2017 when they were suddenly deleted from the game. Many people were confused and even outraged at first, considering they had to spend real-life money to obtain these skins. Many people began to wonder as to why they removed the skin pack, considering this wasn't usual behavior from them. Rumors and theories began coming out, the most notable being that the skin pack was removed due to the portrayal of Homer Simpson being an alcoholic on the show. However, this has never been confirmed by Mojang themselves, leaving the mystery still unsolved to this day. Minecraft is rated R refers to the fact that the game got an R rating in South Korea, despite the game being rated for ages 10 and up in the majority of the world. If you didn't know, an R rating means that adults only 17 and over are allowed to play the game. However, South Korea has publicly came out and said that Minecraft wasn't given this rating solely based off the contents of the game itself, however just rated R to prohibit the younger generation from playing online games between midnight and 6 AM, to try and promote healthier sleep habits. Popular MMOs Arrested refers to the widely publicized incident involving one of Minecraft's most popular YouTubers, Pat, from the Popular MMOs channel. At his peak in the early 2010s, he regularly pulled in tens of millions of views per video, consisting of Minecraft mod reviews, survival challenges, and reaction videos, often recorded with his then girlfriend Jen. However, after their public breakup in late 2019, Pat began to slow down on content, eventually vanishing from the internet entirely, sparking concern among longtime fans. In 2024, rumors emerged that Pat had been arrested, and soon after, body cam footage was released, showing him found asleep on a sidewalk after a worried passerby called the police. Upon searching his belongings, officers allegedly found illegal substances, leading to his arrest. Not Just Twitter refers to the creator of Minecraft's controversial Twitter post. After selling Minecraft to Microsoft for $2.5 billion in 2014, the game's creator Notch began making controversial posts onto his Twitter account, with many accusing Notch of having openly racist, sexist, and homophobic views. Sometime in early 2019, Minecraft made the controversial decision to remove all mentions of Notch from the game, and soon after they would publicly go on to announce that Notch would not be allowed to attend the 10th anniversary of Minecraft. This split the community, with some saying that Mojang made the right decision in completely removing Notch from the game, with some saying they might have went too far. Minecraft being sued refers to a person named Kian who's currently trying to sue the game. It all started when Kian began working on a Minecraft server. The server was a combat server, which involved modded games in which players would fight each other with. He poured in thousands of dollars and tons of effort into this project. And as he was so close to finishing the server, putting on the final touches, Mojang messaged him about his server, saying games will no longer be allowed to be modded into the game. His server was then banned. This outraged Kian and his team, which helped develop the server, as they put tons of effort in already just for Minecraft to change the rules. This was when Kian did a little digging and discovered that there were other more popular servers which are still up even though they featured guns and even online gambling, which is illegal in some US states. Fed up, Kian started a GoFundMe to try garnering enough money to sue Minecraft. His GoFundMe eventually raised over $100,000, and as of today, Kian is still awaiting a court hearing. PETA servers refer to the worldwide organization PETA creating a Minecraft server. PETA, which stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, is a highly controversial vegan organization which works to end animal abuse. Their Minecraft server consists of the PETA headquarters, beautiful gardens, and a very dark abandoned slaughterhouse. The server also included a custom-made plugin in which made it so you couldn't damage any animals. Many people frowned upon PETA coming to Minecraft, however, due to their problematic past, such as posting blatant information, obnoxious protests, and weirdly enough, abusing animals themselves. For example, once PETA snuck into a random family's backyard in which they took their dog and then proceeded to euthanize it, which was all caught on a neighbor's doorbell camera. And yes, crazily enough, this is a true story. However, thankfully the server is no longer up and running. Mogminer incident refers to when a beloved Minecraft employee was fired. Mogminer, also known as Ryan Holtz, was fired from Mojang after an incident involving publicly arguing and insulting other players in a Minecraft server. The story goes that Mogminer joined the server and after not being recognized as a developer, began arguing with the other players. Towards the end of the argument, Mogminer was cursing out people in chat, which ended when he rage quit the server. Eventually, screenshots began to surface of the chat logs, and rumors began to start that he was released from the company. Soon after, Mojang would go on to confirm these rumors on Twitter and said they would not be providing any more information on the incident. The community was torn, with some saying he deserved the consequences of his actions, while others felt bad, pointing out that he had been diagnosed with autism. Mogminer has since apologized for the incident and went on to work on different projects. Athlete Steve refers to a Minecraft skin which many accuse of being racist. In the console version of the game, there were default skins in which you were able to choose from. These included skins such as Steve, Tennis Steve, Tuxedo Steve, Scottish Steve, and most controversially, Athlete Steve. Now it's important to note that Athlete Steve was the only black skin option. Many pointed out that Mojang was being outright racist by labeling the only black character as an athlete while wearing a big gold chain fitting to racist stereotypes. After many players started complaining to Mojang, they came out to say that the gold chain was actually just a gold medal, which makes sense if you consider the athlete theme. However, some players still called it problematic, and Minecraft went on to officially remove the skin from later versions of the game. 2% of Minecraft players are dead refers to the chilling theory suggesting that 2% of everyone who's ever played Minecraft has already died in real life. With over 200 million players worldwide, 2% would mean about 4 million people. And considering that Minecraft is now over 15 years old, it's not that far-fetched. A lot can happen in that much time. Accidents, illness, life. And although we can't outright prove whether this theory is 100% true or not, it's still pretty scary to think about. Botnet Minecraft refers to the 2016 Mirai botnet attacks when 3 college students created a program that hacked into insecure routers and cameras, exploiting their weak passwords. Initially, they built the botnet to disrupt their competitors' Wi-Fi while playing against them in Minecraft. However, they soon realized they could use it to launch much larger attacks. They targeted DIN, a major service provider, causing widespread internet outages. As a result, popular services like Twitter, Netflix, Spotify, and Reddit were all down for several hours, affecting millions of people across the US. What began as a Minecraft prank quickly escalated into one of the largest DDoS attacks in history, affecting over 40% of the entire US population. In the end, the students were eventually caught, sentenced to probation, and ordered to pay millions of dollars in reparations. Creepy crying sounds refers to the eerie phenomenon many Minecraft players have claimed to experience. Players who have experienced it swear that sometimes when they are playing in their world, they will hear what sounds like blood-curdling cries in the near distance. Many try theorizing that this could be a dark Easter egg included in the game, or even something much more disturbing. But what's most likely going on is that they're simply just hearing foxes. At night, sometimes foxes will randomly let out a high-pitched screech when no players are around them, which does sound eerily similar to crying sounds, so I do get how this would be pretty scary for anyone hearing it for the first time. Pillagers are Nazis refers to an unfortunate glitch that takes place when pillagers' crossbows break in Minecraft. When pillagers were first added to the game, if they shot their crossbow enough times, it would eventually break, and after breaking, the pillager would proceed to hold up one arm, strongly resembling the Nazi salute. It's not clear why or even how this glitch snuck into the game, but Mojang immediately fixed it after realizing their tragic mistake. Oh boy. Jenny mod refers to a very sus Minecraft mod. I'm not really going to go that much into it here, however I will show this one picture, and I'm sure this makes it pretty self-explanatory what this mod is about. Minecraft bomb threat refers to the time in which 400 schools were emailed concerning a bomb hidden on their property. The email said that if money would not be paid to them by a certain time, then the bomb would detonate. Hundreds of schools were evacuated and police were notified. During police investigation, they found that there were no bombs on campus, however they also discovered that the email address the threats came from was the IP address of a popular Minecraft server, Velt PvP. The owners of the server were investigated, but they found that there was no connection and that the emails were most likely made to try to damage Velt PvP's reputation. Soon after, law enforcement eventually found the culprit, a 19-year-old man, and brought him into custody. Racial slur hidden in Minecraft refers to one event in which a racial slur was accidentally included in the game. It all started when Mojang released updated snapshot version 12W04A. Everything was fine at first until players soon began noticing that if you switch your game's language to Afrikaans, the single player button on the home screen would now read "You are a N-word." People were furious and began demanding an explanation for this. Mojang immediately came out and apologized, explaining that when translating Minecraft to other languages, they crowdsourced translators to help them with the process, and someone was just playing a crude prank on them. However, even after realizing their mistake and apologizing, when people began asking Mojang to remove it from the game, they would go on to delay the word's removal until the game's next update, which was a controversial move for them at the time and angered many players. Parrot cookies refers to when parrots were first added to Minecraft in version 1.12, players were forced to have to use cookies to tame them. What was originally meant as a fun Easter egg sparked backlash online, however, with people complaining saying that kids may think that real-life parrots eat cookies too, which are actually extremely toxic and deadly to the birds. Some veterinarians even went as far as putting out warnings saying to not feed your parrot cookies whatsoever, despite how it is in the game. After tons of comments about Mojang's irresponsible decisions began flooding in, they quickly removed the feature in the next update, and instead replaced the cookies with seeds, just like how it is today. And now if you try feeding cookies to your parrot, the bird will instantly be killed, emitting poison particles as it dies. The exploitation of Technoblade's death refers to when popular YouTuber Technoblade passed away to cancer in late 2022. The Minecraft community was devastated as many grew up watching his content. Friends of Technoblade began posting tribute videos to commemorate his life. However, soon after his death, some channels began posting tons of videos on the situation, milking his death for views and money. One notable instance was when a YouTuber by the name Brasso went as far as making over 30 videos about Technoblade's death in a single month. When people began debating him on the ethics of it all, he would go on to state that all revenue he made from the videos would be donated to charity. However, when he finally released a video where he donated that money, viewers quickly began pointing out that he had actually faked the $3,000 donation after noticing a bad editing job which he accidentally left in. Many people in the community were enraged at these channels for profiting off Technoblade's death and began notifying YouTube about these channels. After a while, YouTube eventually stepped in and shut down many of these YouTubers. However, many went on to say that YouTube had actually been too slow in resolving this issue and that the damage has already been done. Animal cruelty refers to when Mojang said that they would not be adding the ability to ride dolphins to the game, despite a huge portion of the community asking for it. Initially, Mojang said they weren't adding it due to animal cruelty reasons, however players began pointing out just how absurd this sounded. Minecraft's a sandbox game, meaning you can literally do anything in it. You can burn animals to death for cooked food. To hatch chickens, you are forced to throw eggs at the ground. There is even an achievement in the game which encouraged players to literally ride pigs off cliffs to their death. So them saying they wouldn't add rideable dolphins to the game seemed a little far-fetched. And this eventually led to a darker conspiracy theory further down this iceberg. Suicidal pandas refers to the bizarre but common glitch in which pandas will randomly roll off the edge of cliffs to their death. Nobody really knows why this happens, but many players suspect it was added to the game to reflect off pandas being extremely clumsy creatures in real life, but I feel like this was definitely not the best way to go about this. There's also another morbid glitch in which when a panda's on fire, it will do whatever it takes to run right back into that same fire which caused it to burn. Again, nobody really knows why, but it's kinda sad. Cancelled YouTubers refers to the unsettling phenomenon that many classic Minecraft YouTubers have been cancelled for disturbing allegations against them. YouTubers such as Lionmaker, Alpha and Jakishi have all been accused of pedophilia. For example, Lionmaker, a beloved Minecraft YouTuber at the time, was caught sending explicit and manipulative messages to an underage fan sometime in 2015 in which he admitted to. After the news came out, he completely disappeared from the internet, leaving behind many disgusted fans. In later years, he even tried returning on different social media platforms, but was swiftly shut down by those who still remember his past. Another example is Alpha, who you may recognize from featuring in Stampy's Lovely World series, also had accusations against him that he was sending inappropriate messages to an underage girl. On the complete opposite side of the spectrum, he was also found out to be in a relationship with an elderly woman, which I guess isn't really illegal, but still kinda weird. And this kind of stuff honestly happens way more than it should, and it's always disgusting to hear about. Minecraft appeasing China refers to a theory about just why Mojang refuses to add sharks into the game. When talks about Minecraft's 1.13 The Aquatic update first began coming to light, many fans started to beg Mojang to add sharks to the game as a fun, dangerous twist to the ocean. However, Mojang quickly started shutting down all these requests, citing 3 main reasons. Reason 1, sharks are endangered. Reason 2, they don't want kids approaching sharks. And reason 3, they don't want to encourage people to kill sharks in real life. But people soon began pointing out just how bizarre these reasons truly were. Other endangered animals are already in the game, such as bees, axolotls, polar bears, panda bears, and loads more. And as for reasons 2 and 3, think about this. Just how often do kids even see a shark, let alone have the chance to approach or harm one? All the reasons Mojang provided just didn't make sense. So this led fans to speculate that there may be another secret reason behind it all. To please China. And when you start adding up all the facts, it makes sense. Sharks are widely protected in China, with tons of activism around trying to save them from extinction. And also, a huge majority of Minecraft's player base comes from China. And Mojang very well could be trying to avoid controversy, knowing that if they make China mad, hundreds of millions of players could be gone. And just like before, the same logic also explains why they didn't want to add rideable dolphins to the game, despite countless other in-game examples of animal cruelty. China loves dolphins. They have the most dolphins in captivity than anyone else in the world. So it really makes you wonder, is Mojang doing all this in an attempt to keep China happy? Anti-Semitic villagers refer to wild claims that the Minecraft villager is anti-Semitic or discriminatory against Jewish people. People have tried pointing towards the fact that the villager fits many anti-Semitic depictions and stereotypes that popularized during World War II. Some even say that the villager's design fits stereotypical caricatures of Jews, and went as far as demanding for the villagers to be redesigned. The theory gets deeper when you realize that the Iron Golem, which is meant to protect villagers, also comes from Jewish folklore, where golems were depicted as large powerful creatures that protected the Jews at night. Sounds pretty familiar, right? And it gets even crazier when you consider that the creator of Minecraft, Notch, who also designed the villager, has a history of making controversial posts to his Twitter, some of which, and you guessed it, involve anti-Semitic remarks. And although some people try playing it off as mere coincidence, and say to not bring real-world problems into the game, I personally think that there are just way too many things adding up. But what do you think? The $250 million Minecraft heist refers to a shocking real-world crime that started in a Minecraft server and somehow ended in kidnappings, arrest, and one of the biggest crypto thefts in US history. It all started on a Minecraft server where a group of teens that goes by the name Comms decided that to level up in the server, they would scam, dox, and even commit fraud to get money. At first, it was just stealing items from other players, but over time they eventually built up to hacking into SIM cards to steal from crypto wallets, using the server to launder the money. One of the leaders of the group, Malone Lamb, aka Greavies, who originally started out as a Minecraft griefer, had just made $250 million in a crypto heist, one of the largest in history. He began spending all the stolen money on golden Rolexes, luxury cars, expensive night outs, in which he began to flex all on his social media pages. But eventually, all this cockiness caught up to him. One night after his heist, 6 men with ties to the original Comm group snuck into his house and kidnapped his parents, demanding access to the stolen crypto wallet. Soon, authorities were called and the FBI arrested everyone involved in the kidnapping, including Malone for his wide variety of crimes. Everyone involved is still behind bars to this day. Gun case blamed on Minecraft refers to an event in 2013 in which a 9-year-old kid brought several weapons into his school, including a gun, steak knife, and a sledgehammer. The boy was only caught after telling 3 of his friends about it, in which they promptly notified the teacher. When questioned about how his child got his hands onto the weapon, his father responded by saying he wasn't aware and went on to blame Minecraft, saying that, quote unquote, they use hammers to dig and knives and guns to protect themselves from zombies. However, it is worth noting that there are no hammers, knives, or guns in the game. The boy, who is now in custody, later said that his intentions were to just show his friends the weapons, and that he never planned on hurting anybody. Thankfully, nobody was harmed, and in the end, the kid was charged with possession of a firearm on school grounds, possession of a concealed weapon, and possession of a firearm by a minor, and was ultimately sentenced to house arrest. Monstergate refers to a disturbing trend on YouTube that closely mirrors the infamous Elsagate scandal from 2017. If you're unfamiliar, Elsagate was a major controversy involving bizarre and inappropriate videos disguised as kid-friendly content. These videos often featured characters like Elsa and Spider-Man, but included violent, disturbing, and even fetish-like themes, all under the illusion of being suitable for children. At first, these videos slipped under the radar, but concerned parents in online communities, especially on forums like Reddit, began noticing the strange content and speaking out. As the issue gained attention on social media and even on some news outlets, pressure mounted on YouTube to take action, and eventually YouTube responded by removing many of the offending channels. But years later, this kind of content is returning, and this time, it's arguably much worse. This new wave of disturbing videos, which I have named Monstergate, centers around a popular YouTube series known as Minecraft Monster School. At face value, the concept seems innocent enough, just animated videos where Minecraft mobs like creepers, skeletons, and zombies go to school and get into silly situations. But more recent uploads have taken a dark turn. These videos now frequently feature disgusting animations, crude humor, graphic violence, and sometimes even sexual content, all presented in a format meant to appeal to young kids. And it doesn't just stop there. There's been a growing epidemic of YouTube videos that look like they're made for kids, with bright flashy colors, familiar characters, and innocent titles, but quickly shift into disturbing territory once clicked. Parents scrolling past these videos might assume they're harmless, unaware of what's actually inside. Meanwhile, the creators of this content are only profiting off of their young audiences. Despite growing concern and numerous reports from users, it seems like YouTube hasn't done much to address the issue. Just like Elsagate, this new wave is spreading fast, and unless something changes, Monstergate may become the next major crisis in online children's content. Minecraft pedophilia ring refers to a deeply disturbing way online predators exploit platforms like Minecraft to target young children. Minecraft, at its core, is a game built around creativity and community, which is exactly what makes it so appealing to kids. But the same openness can also make it vulnerable. Predators use public servers as hunting grounds, posing as ordinary players. They act friendly, joke around, and pretend to be just another kid. It all seems harmless, until it isn't. Once trust is established, they typically begin sending private messages, gradually steering the conversation away from the games, and onto third-party apps like Skype, WhatsApp, or even text messaging, where there's less moderation. From there, manipulation and grooming begins. These interactions often go unnoticed by parents, and to the child, it can feel like they made a new friend. But behind the screen, the intentions are anything but innocent. One particularly disturbing case involved a man named Adam Isaac. He would log into Minecraft servers in the middle of the night when fewer moderators were online. He joined games, started parties, and chatted casually with young players, always pretending to be a kid himself. Over time, he built relationships with his victims, gaining their trust through shared gameplay and playful conversation. Eventually, Adam would ask for their phone number under the pretense of wanting to play again another time. But once he gained contact, the conversations would shift. He began sending explicit messages, slowly grooming the child over weeks or even months. It wasn't just one victim. This was a repeated offense, hidden beneath the surface of an innocent game. The situation came to light when a 14-year-old boy's parents overheard a late-night phone call and sensed something was wrong. After checking their child's phone and reading the message history, they realized the horrifying truth and immediately contacted local authorities. Adam Isaac was later tracked down, arrested, and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Minecraft Russian terrorism refers to a controversial case that began in 2020 when 3 teenage boys in Russia were arrested for something that, on the surface, seemed almost surreal. building a virtual model of Russia's Federal Security Service headquarters in Minecraft and planning to blow it up in-game. The three boys, all just 14 at the time, were originally detained while handing out flyers in support of their mathematician named Azat Miftakov, who had recently been arrested on terrorism charges, many viewed as politically motivated. After police confiscated the boys' phones, investigators discovered private chats where they had allegedly discussed plans to recreate the FSB building in Minecraft and stimulate an explosion within the game. Authorities claim this, combined with other findings like criticism of the Russian government in their messages, possessions of banned literature, and setting off small homemade firecrackers in abandoned buildings, was enough to charge them with terrorism. Two of the teens admitted guilt and cooperated with the investigation. They received suspended prison sentences, but the third boy, Nikita Uvarov, refused to confess. He denied the charges from the start and stood by his actions. He spent 11 months in pretrial detention before being temporarily released to finish 9th grade. Then, in 2022, at just 16 years old, he was sentenced to 5 years in penal colony for training for the purpose of carrying out a terrorist act, and illegal possession of explosives, based largely on the Minecraft scenario and the group's private online conversations. Prosecutors originally asked for 9 years, but Nikita only got 5. And in his final courtroom statement, he held his ground. He said he would serve his sentence with dignity and a clear conscience, and called out the injustice of a system that, in his words, oppresses its own people, especially those who speak out for change. Nikita is still in jail serving out his sentence as of today. Brek Bednar's murder refers to a horrific groping and eventually killing of a 14-year-old Brek Bednar by 18-year-old Louis Daines, a man he had only ever met online. It's widely believed that the two first came in contact through Minecraft. Daines presented himself as someone Brek could trust, carefully gaining his confidence over time. Slowly, Daines began isolating Brek from his friends and family, convincing him that only he truly understood him and that others could not be trusted. This manipulation changed Brek's personality and behavior in a way that deeply worried his mother. She raised concern with the police months earlier, desperate to protect her son, but despite her efforts, no effective action was taken. Then, on February 17, 2014, Brek took a taxi to Daines' apartment in Essex, England, marking the first time they met face to face. Tragically, it would be the last time anyone saw him alive. Later that night, Brek's siblings started receiving disturbing messages from strangers, messages claiming Brek has been killed with graphic photos of his body attached. The police soon confirmed the worst. Louis Daines had stabbed Brek in the neck and left him to die. Even more chilling, Daines shared images of the murder with other members of their online gaming group, spreading shock and horror within their community. Daines later pled guilty to the murder and was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 25 years. The tragedy sparked a wider conversation about online safety and the responsibilities of authorities to protect vulnerable children from digital predators. Brek's family later went on to found the Brek Foundation to raise awareness and help prevent other similar tragedies. Big Slim's massacre refers to the horrifying looting and bombing carried out by Vladislav Igorovich Roslyakov, an 18-year-old Russian former Minecraft YouTuber known online as Big Slims. Although his online presence was limited to a single Minecraft Skywars gameplay video, his real-life story is deeply disturbing and tragic. Born on May 2, 2000 in Kerch, Crimea, Vladislav grew up in a broken family after his parents divorced when he was 10. His father, disabled by a severe head injury, became abusive and distant, leaving Vladislav and his mother to live alone on the edge of town. Once described as cheerful and creative with an interest in drawing, Vladislav's early years were marked by normalcy. But as time went on, his personality darkened and isolation took hold. At Kerch Polytechnic College, where he studied to become an electrician, Vladislav's fascination with weapons and explosives grew. He carried a net to school and once sprayed pepper spray in a classroom. His mother, a Jehovah's Witness, restricted his computer use and social life, but it was too little, too late. On October 17, 2018, Vladislav Roslyakov entered his college with a shotgun and multiple explosives. Over the next 15 minutes, he moved through the halls, students and teachers, detonating and causing chaos and terror. 20 people were killed, 67 injured, before Vladislav took life with the same shotgun. Surveillance footage shows him dressed in black trousers and a white t-shirt emblazoned with the word hatred written in Russian. His clothing and actions echoed the infamous characters whom he admired deeply. Vladislav had been active in online communities dedicated to and often talked about revenge, death, and destruction. Friends later came out and said that he hated the college and might have even been bullied there. This shocked the world as a putting in Russian history. Though he gained little attention as Big Slims, his Minecraft video, which is still up on YouTube, now stands as a tragic reminder of the horror he unleashed, forever linking the game to this dark chapter.